And we're back. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another riveting episode of Headlines and Punchlines. I'm your guy, Kevin. Joined, as always, to my right by Mike. Hey, Michael.
You're to my left. Good morning, Kevin.
I said you're to my right, dumbass.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Good point. Yeah, good point.
Get the shit out of your ears.
Yeah,
and we're live. Let's do it again. We're doing it again. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Right,
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay.
That's a joke.
That was good because I was legit going to start it over again because I wasn't sure because I don't know how loud we really are. So
fuck it. We're coming in. We're coming in hot, dude.
I'm going to put a poll out. If all you listeners can to let us know how we sound, if it's too loud or too soft, or maybe other. Because I'm just kind of curious on how we sound on the other end because Kevin and I don't always get a chance to listen to these.
No,
not all the time. So
and
anyway.
in real time, it always sounds okay.
Right. So a couple things. How did you like the Bears preseason?
It was nice, baby. Bears fashion. We came back.
Right.
Not all dramatic, but we were down 10-0, and then we came back. Actually, I heard in the second half, Ben Johnson was letting Antoine Randall L call plays.
I heard about that.
He's our wide receivers coach, and that's when we really turned it on, dude. Was in the second half. So with Case Keenum at quarterback, so a preseason doesn't mean shit, but it was you'd rather win than lose,
right?
And it was an exciting game. Yeah.
Where's he from? The Case kid. Where's he from?
Oh well, he's a man. He's a backup. I don't know how long he's been the Bears backup. He was at least last year we had him. I don't know when he came over. He's like a journeyman. Every team needs those guys. Wiley vet sitting in on the quarterback meetings.
How long has he been in the league?
That's a great question. For a minute, dude.
Oh,
for
okay.
a minute. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So he's our pinch quarterback. All right. Yeah, he did, but he did good.
It was fine. He's the third stringer for a reason. So hopefully, if you see him in the regular season, either shit's going really good or really bad.
Right.
We're up 57-0.
Right.
Or whatever. Or I don't want to say it, but the two guys in front of him are hurt or whatever.
Right.
So ideally, you never see her.
We've already had a little bit of issue on the practice field with injury, so let's not make it worse.
Exactly.
They're going to be over 500 this year.
Yeah, they're competing for a Super Bowl, dude. Yes, they'll be over 500.
All right, you heard it here first. Competing for a Super Bowl. Okay.
Well, what does that mean? I mean, get in the playoffs. Then there's 8 teams every year that play for a fucking.
I've said it before. I don't give a
teams.
shit what happens as long as they beat the Packers every time, all the time. Okay, that's just where I'm at. And again, I'm not as invested as you, but I'm pretty invested. Okay, because this team actually is competitive. So
Packers
I haven't seen it in a while.
The Packers don't scare me. The Bears are the class of the NFC North, in my opinion. We're not gonna win the division running away. Okay, Lions are still good. Vikings are still good. The Packers are still good. But I'm sorry, dude. It's like the Goonies. This is our time. God damn it!
Right.
You had your fucking time. Down here's our time.
What do Goonies say?
Never die.
That's right.
Goonies never die.
That's
dude.
right.
So.
Okay, so what is your take? Okay, we talked about this a little earlier about the Arlington Heights, Hammond, Indiana situation. So it came out over the weekend that Roger Goodell visited with a couple of Illinois lawmakers and things like that. What do you think is the point behind that? Because they've said Thursday that they were going to continue their due diligence with the Hammond site, which is weird. I wish they would just fucking say, yeah, this is going down. We're going to do a signing or something like that. So what's your take on this?
Okay, well, I think it's pretty obvious that maybe George McCaskey is talking to Roger Goodell like, bro, you got to help me out here, man. The state won't fucking listen. We just want to build on our property, which makes total sense. They don't want to leave Illinois. They got this ideal piece of property up in Arlington that is big enough to do everything they want to fucking do with. And just for whatever reason, they can't get tax certainty or whatever else the fuck they're looking for, which started this whole flirting with Indiana thing. And now, honestly, on paper, I mean, the Indiana deal is a much better deal. They're going to build your stadium. You don't pay shit for it. And while you're paying your lease payments, you're not paying taxes on the property. And while you're paying off the note, you get to keep all the revenue from any games and concerts and shit. I mean, it's like a win-win-win-win-win. But they don't want to go there because of whatever reason. They don't want to leave Illinois. The site kind of sucks. or whatever, but they'll get a stadium built for them for free, and then they're going to pay for it, or they're going to like be tenants basically, but they get to keep all the money. So it's a great deal. I think all this like due diligence and now there's a news site to do due diligence on. I think this is a stall tactic from the Bears. They really want Illinois to swoop in and be like, all right, you motherfuckers, here's your tax certainty, which could have been done like years ago. So shame on Illinois. Shame on the Bears for like being apparently horrible negotiators or whatever the fuck. Look, I got to tell you as a Bears fan, dude, play on the moon. I don't give a fuck. Just start building this thing. I would like Caleb at some point and all these young guys we got at some point to open this fucking thing.
Right.
And the way it's going, it won't be built until fucking 2030, whatever. I mean, come on.
I bet 2032 if everything goes right and everything.
Well, once you break ground, dude, it's like 3 years, 2 to 3 years, depending on when you start building. So that's just for the stadium. Now, depending on where they build, they're gonna want to, put up a hotel or restaurant.
Which could be entertainment district.
The whole entertainment district, and that. Now, you could argue you could do that at the same time, I guess, whatever, but then you got trucks in each other's way. I don't know how that works, but for just the stadium alone, 2 to 3 years for the time you break ground. And we haven't broke ground yet, so.
We haven't made a decision yet.
Well.
I mean, we have an idea, but we haven't had no official, like they haven't come out and said what the second site is. People have, they have an idea of what it is.
It's the Wolf Lake Terminus or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, industrial terminal.
But they're not connected, though, so I don't know how the fuck that's going to work.
Right. Do you think that as time goes on, do you think that this will be resolved with Roger Goodell getting involved? Or do you think that this is going to be something that's going to continue to drag on well into this season?
Unknown call.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, shit. This has never happened before.
No, I've never had that happen before.
Holy fuck.
Jesus.
You guys aren't picking this up.
Yeah, they probably are.
Oh, shit.
The betting man. Where is the...
Hit the end button.
There we go.
Is your first day with Apple?
No, it's not. That's never happened before.
How do I end a call? If only there was a button to end the call.
Right.
Shit.
Right.
What, Apple didn't think of that?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what happened here. It should never have happened. It should never come across
Isn't
here.
It like a do not disturb mode?
Yeah, I got it on now. I usually have it on. God damn it.
Okay. Yeah, we're amateurs, guys. We suck.
So, do you think that this is going to go well into the season? Do you think? Like, do you think?
Yeah,
do you feel like this is going to go into like week 8?
Well, I do because the Bears are holding out for Illinois to come swooping in, and the next opportunity for that is the fall veto session, whenever that is. I don't know, like November, I think maybe or whatever. So the Bears are holding out for Illinois. And they've given them every chance to do it.
Yeah.
And it hasn't happened. Personally, you got to take the Indiana deal and just run, dude. And personally.
Well, the one thing that's frustrating to me is it's this is my opinion, and I have no proof of that. I think the state of Illinois is dragging their feet for the city of Chicago to get some kind of deal. But because of the Friends of the Parks, that's not going to happen.
Well, I think you're right, but I think the deal they want is they want the Bears to foot some of the bill for the renovation of the Soldier Field renovation back in 2002. That's not going to happen.
The Bears have lived up to their end of the bargain.
I agree. Deal. Listen, now if you want to argue the city made a shit deal and didn't, put the Bears on the hook for, okay, fine. But that wasn't the deal the Bears signed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think the Chicago contingent downstate, which anyone familiar with Illinois politics, Chicago runs the state. They want the Bears to contribute like hundreds of millions of dollars towards the fucking renovation that happened over 20 years ago. And the Bears have totally told them, fuck you, it's not going to happen.
Another thing that pisses me off, as much as I love Daly and shit, that was the one deal I never agreed with because it was going to be paid for strictly with tax money from hotels. Well, when the Bears are playing, not a lot of people are coming in here for that. Again, the mayor... The current mayor of Chicago said that the biggest influx of tourists and all that shit they had was when Taylor Swift had 3 shows here in the city. So I don't really understand why that deal was structured that way. But as far as I'm concerned, the state of Illinois did the same equivalent as buying a fucking camper and popping it up in your driveway for the Chicago Bears, and I don't think that's fair. I just don't. I don't like. And then you know what, Kevin, tell him about the pillars, because Kevin told me this. I thought he was full of shit, but he was 100% right. Go ahead, Kevin. Tell him about the pillars.
Well, back in the back in the day when they were gonna do the renovation, they're like, all right, well, Soldier Field was like on the list of historic landmarks. So now I guess there's like rules and stuff. You can't, I guess, just tear down like a historic landmark or whatever. So.
Alter it.
But in this case, they were altering it. But I guess what was really the landmark was like the pillars outside original Soldier Field. So what they did was they gutted the stadium from the inside, kept the pillars, and then they built a stadium inside the pillars. And
that's why it looks like a UFO landed in
It's been the butt of a joke ever since they did it. And it's like, I mean, maybe there's a way you could have did it, like not look stupid, but they didn't do that. So then come to find out, I think in like 2006, a few years after the stadium was done, the Soldier Field was removed from the list of historical landmarks. Like, well, you fucked it up too much, so it's not even a landmark anymore. So that was all for nothing. So they could have just, if that were the case, just bulldoze it, or take the columns away. Don't destroy them.
Could have put them across the city. Could have put them by Maggie Daly Park, Millennium Park, and shit.
Exactly.
But nope. No fucking foresight there. So okay, I'm kind of curious to see how this shapes up. So this will be a story that we'll continue to follow.
I knew the whole time. The next wrinkle that could pop up. Okay, at some point, you can only stall for so long. Indiana's going to ask you to fucking sign a contract.
Right.
Like once all the due diligence is done, all the land is fine, they're going to be like, look, you got to sign. And then the Bears are in a tough spot. They're saying that they're committed to go to Hammond, but dude, actions speak louder than words. They're holding out for Illinois. But if there comes a point here in the next month or so where Indiana puts a contract on the table, look, dude, all the environmental's good. You're good. We need your commitment. And if the Bears like no, and if Indiana pulls away, then the Bears are fucked. You're back to starting over with the state in Illinois that has been like actively hostile towards you. That's why I think you got to take the Indiana deal.
Right.
Dude, a bird in the hands with two in the bush. It's not great. The property's not great, but fucking just build it, and then you'll have your stadium. You'll make your money, and let's just go. Dude.
Right.
You wait for Illinois, dude. It's going to be years and years and years and years and years. And they're going to, eventually the Bears will be extorted to fucking pay Chicago for some of that renovation.
Well, the other thing, too, about the Hammond site, and I know this isn't Hammond, but did you hear about what happened in Gary over last night or night before last?
No, what happened?
So, they got hit with that big major storm that rolled through here, and they've been without power now for the 7th day. Okay, 7 days, no fucking power. Okay, so I don't know. Again, they got hammered out there. They did, and so did we. We got hammered too, but the storm really did a number up there in northwest Indiana. Anyway, long story short, NIPSCO, which is who it supplies all the power, Northern Indiana Power Supply Company. They supply all the power, and they supply all the gas and shit for everyone up in that area. There was a NIPSCO crew working on a line in Gary, Indiana, and someone came and shot the fucking vehicle. I don't think nobody was injured.
What the fuck?
But it's like they're trying to restore power out there and they get shot at. So I don't know what the fucking deal is with that. I don't know why that area is like that. I don't get that at all. It's crazy to me that was even a thing, but that really happened. So it was on the news. I'll try to pull it in a couple of weeks or something because we're backlogged with shit to cover. But anyway. Okay, so on from the Bears. Now, I did hear... We have a listener, a big fan. She was telling me about this movie Obsession. Now, I haven't seen it yet, okay? But one of our listeners said it was one of the best movies she's seen in a long time, and I heard that you watched it, and I'd like to get your take on it.
I did watch it. It was on one of the streaming services.
Peacock.
I believe it was Peacock. I liked it. There was things I could nitpick about it. Like I don't think any movie is perfect except Interstellar. Okay. But it was pretty good.
Okay, and possibly the Odyssey. according to
I haven't seen it yet.
according to
I haven't seen that
my
yet.
best friend, he says that that's the greatest Christopher Nolan movie of all time. Was the movie Obsession inappropriate at all?
I mean, okay, there is one like sex scene in it where they're getting down, but all you really see is like the dude's ass. So it's
Okay.
like, not
All right.
no like.
No, I don't want to watch it. Thanks a lot. I'm joking. I'm kidding.
It was
well, I don't, but yeah, but I mean, I'm still going to watch the movie. So, would 1 to 5 stars, what would you give it?
1 to 5. I'd give it a solid 4.
Okay.
Solid 4. Dude.
Not bad for $1 million movie.
Oh, very low budget, and I heard they're killing it. So good
right,
for them.
Right. That was another Blumhouse movie, I believe.
Yeah,
so,
I think so.
So
just the premise. Well, I don't want to give anything away, but like, well, this is really okay. There's like he makes a wish. I think that's like in the previews.
Don't tell me. I'm
just saying. I have critiques with his wish. That's my only. You could have worded it a different way.
Okay.
But the way he worded it, it kind of made the chick obsessed with him. Hence the movie title. Okay,
right.
That's all I'm gonna say. So if you guys see it or if you have seen it,
right.
I don't like his wish. The guy's kind of like a fucking. Well, okay, this isn't giving anything away. He likes this girl, right? His coworker, but to her, they're just friends. This guy is
friend zone.
This guy's in the friend
brutal.
zone, big time,
brutal.
big time.
Brutal.
But he's got a crush on her. So there's one part of the movie he like takes her home from work because they work together.
You sure this movie isn't about me when I was like 19?
Could be.
Shit.
So they're coworkers, and he takes her home one day, and he's a very shy, awkward guy. And then she gets out of the car and walks away, and then he says something like whatever the fuck, and she goes back and she gives him the opportunity. She's like, "Do you like me?" And he's like, "What? What are you?" He's like doing that stupid shit. Like, what do you mean? No, of course not. It's like, there's your opportunity. Speak now, forever hold your peace. And then she walks away, and he's got this thing he bought like at like a fucking store where it's called a One Wish Willow, and you like break it, you make a wish. I'm not gonna tell you the wish or whatever, but his wish sucked, dude. He could have worded it so much better. But I did like it. It was that. See, it's weird that they call
it's
it
on my list. So.
Well, they call it like a horror movie. I wouldn't really call it's not really horror. It's more like, but it's not sci-fi. It's kind of like, it's just freaky. It's like a freaky movie.
Okay.
I did like it though. I did like it, but his character did kind of bug me early in the movie. Just being all shy and awkward and not, saying his piece. And then when he made his dumb wish, he had to deal with that the rest of the movie. And
right. Huh.
It's an interesting movie, though.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. I was just curious on what you thought of it.
I did like it.
Okay. All right. Like I said, it's on my list. I've got so much shit backed up. I got to finish Righteous Gemstones. I got to finish Landman. Dude, I'm so backed up. I really need to start writing all this shit down so I can keep up with it. Because I think the Apple TV app because all the other shit I watch, it's kind of like faded into the background. So I've got to get caught up on all kinds. I got to finish Better Call Saul. I got all kinds of shit going on. So yeah, I really need to get up with my TV shit, dude.
Here's what you need to do, dude. When you start something, you finish it. Like, stop fucking.
I know, but I always think maybe my significant other will fucking. I'm not talking about you either. I keep thinking maybe that she'll hop on the bandwagon and want to watch it with me, but it never happens. And I hold out hope. You know what I mean? But she's busy and I'm busy, and I try not to watch it without her or anything like that. But now I'm just like, well, shit. Because, television shows are weird because once you watch the episode, you don't want to really go back and relive it. So, I don't know. Only show like that I've ever done that with was like Sopranos. Go back and rewatch it, or Curb, one or the other,
right.
So, but anyway. Okay, now, a lot of people don't know this about Kevin, but he really loves quesadillas. He has them every night for lunch at work, okay? And I pulled this story because it's a local story here about contaminated salsa. Now, you did at one time put salsa in with the quesadillas, correct?
Nah, I do pico, Mike. It's a little different. It's
okay.
Less wet. It's just the ingredients, like no wetness.
Okay.
But I didn't do that last week because there was a fucking outbreak of some shit.
And I sent you a picture of that cheese that you like. You didn't tell me if that was a good deal or not.
Oh, I think that was a good deal. Yeah, I think that was a good deal. But I'm not doing the quesadillas no more. So
you're not? Why?
I'm gonna start doing protein shakes with all the other side with all the other sides. What do you mean? What the fuck, dude?
Well, I mean, I'm just surprised. You've had quesadillas for like fucking the whole time I've known you. That was like a staple.
I might even go back to it. I don't know.
It was a Kevin staple.
I'm trying something different, dude.
Why'd you switch up?
I don't know. I just don't get enough. I don't know. I don't get enough protein in the with the quesadillas. I guess I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know.
You usually when you like something, you ride it till the end.
I usually do. No, I've been rocking that for years, dude, for sure. Huh. I'm still gonna do the hard-boiled eggs and stuff and the protein bar with it. So
okay,
it'll be fine.
Well, our first story I pulled it is about contaminated salsa here in our neck of the woods. Let's hear what they have to say.
Got fresh salsa in your fridge. We have a recall alert to tell you about, and it involves Chef's Kitchen fresh salsa and ready meals. Fresh salsa sold at Jewel Osco stores.
At the Jewels. So hopefully you don't get the shits if you have any of that in your refrigerator, folks. Check it out. Make sure.
Now, both contain jalapenos that are linked to possible salmonella contamination.
Jalapenos. Do you have you ever gotten food poisoning?
Oh yeah, I'm sure I have. I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but
right,
I'm sure it's happened.
So years ago, there was this place. I'm not going to mention the name of it, but we're just going to call it a buffet. It's not around anymore. And my mom and dad decided that it would be a good idea to take us out to a buffet for dinner, which is cool. And we're there eating. Mom's eating, and she got like, I don't know what all she had. She like mashed potatoes and all this shit, and she got like a meatball. And she's in the middle of eating this meatball, and she starts going,
Jesus,
like choking and shit. And my dad's with her, and my dad's getting ready to like do the Heimlich on her. What the hell's going on? There was a string that she swallowed that wrapped around the back of her throat. Oh. And, my dad called the manager over, and the guy was like totally thought it was funny. And my dad did not find it funny at all.
No, dude.
And the guy said, "Oh, she's the lucky winner today. She's getting a free meal." My dad was so fucking mad, dude.
But your dad was cheap. He's like, free meal?
Yeah,
okay.
Well, no, he was pissed. No, he didn't want the free meal. Right. I mean, he wanted the guy to apologize, and the guy just fucking refused to apologize. I don't know why, but yeah, but it was just so funny because of fucking the fact that the guy even said that. Oh, lucky winner, like try a meatball and choke, and you get a free meal. Like,
Jesus.
Oh God, those were the days.
They've got sell-by dates of July 31st through August 10th. So if you've got either of these products, don't eat it. Throw it away, or you can return it to Jewel's for a full refund.
He said Jewel's.
He said Jewel's.
He said Jewel's. He did. I heard it too. You're real Chicagoland when you say Jewel's.
Yeah, you gotta throw an S on shit where it doesn't belong.
You do. No, you really do. You really do. So yeah, so if you got any of that shit in your fridge, and he said August 10th, so hopefully you guys have consumed that already. I know in my fridge there's some shit in there. We don't check the sell-by date. We just check see if it smells bad, or we'll continue to use it. So, what do you know about Puerto Rico?
It's a U.S. territory.
Right.
That's about it.
They've had a lot of over the last 10 or 15 years, a lot of blackouts and shit, especially when a big hurricane rolls through there. They seem to always get hammered real bad. Well, now they've got a fucking water problem. They've got a drought going on in Puerto Rico.
Jesus.
And they're rationing the water, which is fucking really wild. And so I pulled that. So here we go.
Of these products.
Tonight, growing desperation as drastic water rationing measures in Puerto Rico.
When you hear water run like that, do you got to pee?
Okay, wait, no, back up, dude. First of all, fuck that guy. I hate when people, like the newscaster, he's got newscaster voice, and then he like codes with just Puerto Rico. Like, dude, just fucking say Puerto Rico. Knock it off.
Well, he may be from there, Kevin. You don't know.
Well, then then talk like that all the time. Then talk like that all the time, dude. Don't fucking code switch just when you go back and forth. I hate that shit, dude.
I believe that'd be called virtue signaling. I believe is that what you call it.
Well, code switching is where you go from one accent to another.
Right.
Typically, it's like politicians do it. Like when they're in front of a black audience, they talk black. When they're in front of a Hispanic audience, they talk Hispanic. When they're in front of white, they talk white.
The thing about this is, I don't know if he's going to say that off camera. He'll just say, like you said, Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? He'll just say, just like how I just said it.
Yeah.
But because he's on television, he has to say that. So.
Well, that's fucking lame, dude. Just you're gay. Whoa, hey, sorry. That's
nothing wrong with that.
I don't mean it like whatever. Who cares? Anyway,
Just say lame, okay? You can say lame.
What, you think gay people are lame? That's crazy.
No, I'm just saying lame. No, you fucking said it to begin with. Jesus.
Tonight, growing desperation as drastic water rationing measures in Puerto Rico are just hours away from taking effect. Starting tomorrow, families will be without water on a rotating basis for 2 days.
Every time I hear this, I get worried about the data centers and shit that use so much water. You know, you only get so much water.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a utility that you only get. It's not infinite. Okay. Like electricity, for the most part, where we live, all the nuclear plants, it's kind of infinite. You can just keep going and going and going, and that's not a problem. But with this is a whole nother story here. And I always get worried about that. You know, Erin Brockovich is back in the news because she's actually been doing a lot of talking about the data centers and things like that. And we'll do a show just on data centers. But they take a shitload of water every day. And then I think Bill Maher asked her, like, well, what's worse, a data center or a golf course? And she was like, a data center by a mile.
Really?
You know, but I think it was because she said water that the golf courses use goes back into the ground. The shit that the data centers are using, I guess they put an anti-corrosive in there and shit and all that. And I don't know how true any of that is, but still, yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand. Okay, so we have the technology to have these things cooled, by air, like whatever, like AC units or whatever. Like, I know it's more expensive, I'm sure, but like, fuck it, I don't give a. Make them use that then. Why would they have to use water? That's ridiculous.
Right, I know.
There's an alternative.
Yeah, I mean, and well, the one by us is going to be air cooled, which is fine by me.
Good.
If you want to put some refrigerant in there, I'm fine with that. But I don't want you to use fucking water.
No,
it's bad enough you're using all this electricity. I don't want you to use the fucking water.
Well,
too,
I think there's two stipulations. I know we said it before, but for any new data center going forward, one, you need to build your own power station. You produce your own fucking power. And you cool it by air.
Right.
Done. That to me is the most common fucking sense. Then you're not a burden on our power grid, and you're not stealing our natural resources.
Yeah, so in southern Illinois, they're actually turning a nuclear reactor back on that had been shut down for a while, and Facebook bought it. So they're going to have their own nuclear reactor to run their data center.
I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, I'm not against that. I mean,
well, as long as like regulators go in there and like everything's fine and safe.
Right. There's not a guy in there at the control panel taking a snooze and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So,
as long as everything's above board, dude, I don't have a problem with that.
Right. So, so they're going to do that. But I also think I'm kind of of the point now to where these big, huge data centers should have to have solar panels on the top of them, because then that way they're projecting something. They're producing something to relieve the fucking amount of pressure on the grid. So, and then at night, less people will use their data centers because people are asleep. I'm assuming that's the idea behind it, but I'm just saying, just throwing it out there.
At a time, people here are now racing to prepare. In San Juan, we met a woman named Ana filling up her water bottles. How bad is the water crisis right now?
It's extremely bad. It's something really hard to handle.
Yeah, she's got to fucking bring these big, huge tubs of water walking down the street to try to fill them back up because they're on a water rationing now.
Jeez.
Wow.
We shouldn't be living like this.
At neighborhood wells like this one in rural San Juan, the flow offering a lifeline as residents now forced to make decisions like taking a shower or flushing toilets. The water restrictions.
Well, again, if it's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, let it mellow. I think it's very simple.
Yeah, we all know that. Hell yeah.
Very simple.
Come as more than 1/3 of the U.S. territory is facing severe drought or worse. In San Juan, it was the driest July on record.
Okay, that is a little weird. That is a little weird.
Okay, as a Chicago region dude, like you could have some of our fucking rain. Can we send this their way?
Yeah, Central Illinois got like 13 inches of rain in the last, I think, 24 hours. They got 13 inches of rain.
We had a wet ass summer, dude.
Yeah, well, we're still in a drought up here, so you know.
Really?
No, we're not out of the drought yet. We got a little bit of a drought going on.
This is the wettest drought on fucking recorded human history, dude.
Well, my grass is coming back. Yeah, it's amazing how the grass, goes dormant and shit, and then it comes back when it gets too dry. But the weeds always survive, dude. Bastards.
Weeds, they don't need shit, dude. Sun, water, they don't give a fuck.
Jesus.
Puerto Ricans already facing water shortages for months, complicated further by aging infrastructure. The drought only adding insult to injury. Many here feel they're caught in the middle of government infighting.
There is something I think is kind of fucked up. Well, look, they don't pay any taxes in Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if they get Social Security or any of that, but they have no representation either. So there's no one in Washington that can fucking go up there and go, hey, guys, we need some infrastructure down here in Puerto Rico. Now, they do use Florida and New York for their representatives because most of the people who are from there end up migrating to Florida and or New York.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know. I'm always torn with that. Like, you know, are we stuck on the 51st state thing because of the way it looks on the flag? Is that what it is?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I'm just curious why that they're, you know, again, there's no, I guess there's no taxation or representation, but these people aren't being taxed though either. So, but they have
Right.
no say so. Basically, how it goes, I don't think.
So how does it work? Don't they have their own like government then? Like,
They do. I think they have their own regional government that runs the show. So,
Well, then
but they
wouldn't
need to
there-
do better. So,
Well, wouldn't the people's bitch be with their local government? Then?
you would think.
Like, I don't get what it like legally means to be a territory. Like, what does that even fucking mean?
Ask chat real quick on your phone. See what it means here. We'll finish the story.
San Juan's mayor lashing out during a special hearing in June, calling the situation a disgrace. And just today, a top member of the water utility resigning over the rationing plan. In Loíza, water trucks are refilling home water tanks.
They have water tanks. Wow. What the fuck? See, that's wild. You would think that they'd have indoor plumbing by now. So they refill water tanks. Wow.
This woman saying it's harder to live without water than without electricity. When school starts, washing uniforms is going to be very hard. And business owners say it's costing them money because they now have to buy water from private sources.
Now listen to this, Kevin. Now, so if you own a restaurant, you got to buy private water. Okay, listen to this.
This man says it costs as much as $500 a day to fill their water tank.
In just water, $500 a day.
Jesus.
Did you look it up?
Yeah, it's weird. I asked her, what does it mean to be a territory of the U.S.? And according to Google, this is Google AI, a U.S. territory is a partially self-governing piece of land
Okay.
owned and controlled by the U.S. federal government that is not one of the 50 states or an independent country. So, like, they're basically in limbo. Like, that's weird.
Huh.
I don't understand.
So that's weird. Very strange.
Yeah.
Tom, and you can see people are lined up here to get water, bringing containers of all sizes, some of them so heavy for the elderly to carry. Officials saying they're not sure how long this rationing will need to last. And while there has been some rain here, it has not been.
Huh. Well, I mean, hopefully it starts raining down there. Kevin, do you well, again, I think we talked about this. If this is going to be the norm, then that would be climate change. If it's going to be a random act of weather, which it could be, that's weather. But my thing is, how do you know you're in a climate change situation? Is this a lot like winning a Super Bowl? You don't know you're in a dynasty until you're in it? Is that basically what it is?
It's for... No, you need like years of data to be like, oh my God, this is climate.
Right.
Okay, well, I just had this thought pop in my head. Like, I know they're probably like not besmirching them, but like they're a poor island or whatever. Not like Cuba, but they're not killing it either. But maybe some investor needs to go down there and hook them up with a desalination plant. Like, they're surrounded by water. They're a fucking island.
Yeah, I've never understood that. I've never understood why more desalination plants.
They got them all over the Middle East. I mean, what the fuck? And they're not even surrounded by water, but...
Right. I don't know what is up with that. I don't know why we don't introduce more desalinated water into the system. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. I know
you're surrounded by trillions of gallons of water. It just sucks you can't drink.
Yeah, like in Lake Mead is down to its lowest ever. That's the big lake out in Powell. Yeah, Lake Powell. And it's like, okay, are we going to wait for this shit to run out and then worry about it? I mean, like, we should, and they say, well, it's because a lot of people are living out here now, and as the water gets to us, more and more people are taking it out of the Colorado River, which is totally possible.
Yeah.
There's less snow at the top of the Rockies. I don't know how true that is. Maybe that's true. But guys, like, this is bad news. Like, maybe we should do some desalination plants and pump that shit east. I don't know what to do, but I mean, I personally believe that would be the way to go. I mean, again, we spend our money on every other fucking thing else around here. I don't know why we can't spend money on that. Oh, it take a lot of energy. Yeah, well, so we'll be moving people out of their homes. It's going to take a lot of energy. So I don't necessarily think that's the way to go. So, but anyway, yeah. All right. So let's go to the next one here. Let's go to the next story. Let's see here. Okay. So, how do you think the Iran war is going?
Swimmingly, I would imagine.
Right.
I'm sure there's no issues, no hiccups. I'm sure everything's on schedule.
Right.
We're still on the original time frame of 2 to 3 weeks. So
Yep. Trying to flatten the curve. Yeah. So that's still going on, and in Minnesota, there has been a lot of cyber attacks on water plants, and I don't know what's going on
there's like
with
a bunch
that.
of states that were experiencing this,
Right.
like 14
Right.
states or something.
Right.
And I mean, I think the argument is like this is somehow related, either Iran directly or Iran's, bed buddies or fucking with. I blame probably the Chinese, honestly, but who knows? They're fucking with our shit, dude. But luckily, there's in their way they could do everything like analog to get the water.
I think so. I think so. I don't think it's going to be one of them situations where it's going to. I'm always worried it's going to dump nasty water into the regular supply. You know what I mean? The contaminated water back into the regular supply. But just the fact that they're flexing like this concerns me a little bit.
Yeah,
and I think Marco Rubio talked about this. Like, hey, if we ever get attacked, it'll be a soft attack first, and then followed by a hard attack, which is soft infrastructure. Your cell phones go down. Which, by the way, I had a bunch of cell phone issues. That blows. When you can't get out. Didn't your cell phone go down one time for like a whole day?
Oh yeah, AT&T had like a major outage a couple of years back,
and they never really said what caused it either.
No.
It makes me So I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say it's possible that it was more than a technical difficulty. I have to imagine.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But they don't want to panic the public. Because again, what if you're a young kid and you're on Tinder? You can't get on Tinder. So. Was that weird not being able to call out, or did you have some podcast downloaded on your phone to keep going?
Dude, I was listening to terrestrial radio. It sucked.
Wow.
I had no internet. I don't like save podcasts on my thing, so I had nothing. I had no cell service, no internet. Had I been like by Wi-Fi, I could have turned Wi-Fi on, but I was in the truck, so.
Right.
More importantly, I had no navigation, or no real-time traffic.
Oh, that's right. The data went down too.
The data went down. So I had my GPS going, my Garmin GPS, but it talks to the phone about traffic. So I was flying blind. I mean, I had the turn by turn. I knew where I was going.
Right.
But it was not giving me the live traffic. So I was coming back from fucking Detroit or Brownstown or whatever. I was like, damn it. It's a long way to be driving blind.
Yeah, right. Not knowing what's in front of you and all that. Yeah. And that was down all day, right? I think it was down all day. Yeah, right.
And then I stopped in at AT&T after work. I'm like, hey.
Was there a line of people out
there?
There
that was a dead giveaway. I'm like, okay, no, it's not just me.
Dead giveaway.
And before I could make it in the store, the guy's like, a customer was walking out towards me. He's like, hey, don't even bother going in there. He said just to turn on the Wi-Fi calling and whatever. It'll be up and running as soon as they can. So then I go home. I try to turn on Wi-Fi calling, and this is so stupid. Apparently, you can't turn on Wi-Fi calling just when you need Wi-Fi calling. You have to activate that when the phone is still working. Because you need, for whatever reason, you have to have cell service to initially activate Wi-Fi calling. But because I didn't have it, so I still had nothing the rest of that day.
Wow.
At some point, obviously, the phone shit came back on, but yeah, that was a nightmare.
Wow.
So once it did come back on, I definitely activated Wi-Fi calling so that it ever happens again.
Right.
But if you're out driving, you're fucked.
Oh yeah, no. Mine went down a couple months later, but I could get data. I couldn't dial out though. It was weird. I couldn't dial out. I don't know why that is, but I don't know if people will be able to handle that. Maybe they will. I don't know if people will be able to handle it if they can't get out on their phones.
Well, not for an extended period of time. That's a panic is going to set in, dude. And Yeah.
Right.
Like we're never that far away from like Lord of the Flies if you think about it, dude.
No.
You take away
No.
a couple little things, but you take away our phone dialing out or internet would be a huge one. 3 days without, dude.
Right.
We're like
Right.
fucking.
Right.
Yeah, we're back to Stone Age, dude.
Right. Well, people should be prepared as best they can, So that's why I got a friend who has over 18,000 DVDs. So
Nice.
maybe it's 1,800. I want to say 18,000 though, because he's got thousands of hours of library of entertainment. So shit does hit the fan. Just go to his house and watch TV all day. So
Wait, so time out. Is he waiting for that to happen to watch all these shows and movies and stuff?
no, he watches them as he gets them. So you know what I mean. I think he's got them categorized and alphabetized and all that shit. So yeah, true story. What? No.
I was gonna say,
No.
dude, like, damn.
No, it's not Ed. No,
I'm like, no way.
No, it's Daryl. So Daryl has that.
okay.
Yeah, Daryl has a really sweet setup. It's a total bachelor pad. So
Oh, nice.
yeah. So, but he gets pissed when people call him that. But I'm calling him that because I don't want to give out his real name. Okay, but we're gonna call him Daryl. Okay, so there you
Got
go.
it.
Okay, so let's talk about the water supply in Minnesota. The water supply show.
Yeah, seriously.
This morning, an intelligence note reviewed by ABC News provides the clearest indication yet that Iran may be behind cyber attacks targeting water and wastewater utilities in more than a dozen states. And
we can't respond to it because sounds like we're out of munitions. Sounds like we're dangerously low on munitions. So,
Why does it take so long to make these munitions?
because they got to work. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why it takes so fucking long to make them. Well, because you got to remember they're doing the radar guided systems and shit. So they've got to install the GPS on there and all that other shit. But yeah, I wouldn't think it would take that long to make. But
you can't like in a day make 10,000 of these things. I'm just
I don't know.
Factory. You
Yeah,
could just
I don't
have
know.
it due to the station. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching,
Well,
ka-ching.
there was it was either the Journal or the Times, but they were talking about how the Defense Department approached Ford and General Motors to maybe start producing some of these munitions for them because they're so far behind.
Yeah, dude.
And, but again, this thing's gone a lot longer than what we thought. So,
Yeah, they said 2 to 3 weeks. Here we are
Right.
over 6 months later.
yeah. And you see gas again?
Yeah.
438. Damn, dude. Damn. Right at the end of the summer driving season too. I kind of thought maybe that they would be able to work something out mid-July, but here we are. So, oh well.
prepared for them months in advance. The note says public safety officials in Utah identified targeted reconnaissance against water infrastructure in their state using an internet signature linked to Iran. The note said there were nearly 500 attempted intrusions in a 46-minute window November 24th. That's 3 months before the U.S. and Israel launched their first strikes.
So they were testing it out well beforehand.
Oh, okay.
So this is like prepping the battlefield and shit to see what they're going to do.
Officials in New Jersey are now confirming 2 municipal water utilities in their state were targeted, temporarily blinding operators when automated systems went down. Both utilities shifted to manual controls and there was no disruption to service. In Rapid City, South Dakota, officials discovered what they called a cyber incident in the city's wastewater system.
See, now here's the thing, right? So I'm a nerd. I'm a news nerd. I love the news. Why isn't this on the fucking front page of the paper? Or the front page? Well, nobody has a paper anymore. But why isn't this being distributed everywhere? Like, hey,
Pretty terrifying.
this is going on. Yeah, I mean, water, if it's contaminated, will kill you.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why this isn't national news here.
First of all, is that even possible? Like to have somehow flip a switch and then wastewater goes into fresh water? Like, I wouldn't think that would even be an option.
I don't know. I have
fuck
no
would it
idea.
work?
I haven't. Well, okay. Well, they have boil orders.
That's
Right.
when like a water main breaks.
Right.
And like contaminants get into like the water pipes and shit. But this is different. Like you have a water supply line and then wastewater. I would hope those never even in the same fucking
Right.
zip code, dude.
Right. I don't know. I don't know if why would they? Okay, so Is it to back up the fucking plumbing so they can't receive any wastewater? Is that what the point of this is?
I don't know.
It was quickly resolved, and officials said at no time was the city's water or wastewater infrastructure systems placed in jeopardy. And in Minnesota, the first state to publicly report the hacks, the governor said they're over.
Most of this was things that were being done over a Wi-Fi network, and it ended up not compromising any water supply, but it showed some of the vulnerabilities.
There's no evidence the hacks have put public drinking water supplies anywhere in the country at risk.
Okay, okay. So it's a possibility, though, that they could have been.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I take that.
You have the attacks on sort of the digital realm, but it's the water going through the pipes. And the good news is so far, shutting down the attackers, shutting down those systems, they could still go to manual controls and still make sure that water safety and water availability is there for where people live.
God, I always worry about that, like with nuclear plants and shit. Somebody dials in at a nuclear plant. Ugh.
If nothing else, this shows us the importance of as much as everything is like Wi-Fi, computer controlled, automated. You always got to keep those manual controls too.
Right.
You got to have analog,
right,
just in case, because of shit like this.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's good foresight that they had both controls. Because imagine these power plants or water plants were all like Wi-Fi, all electronic.
Right.
You get hacked, you're fucked.
Well, I told you the story about there's a lot of ranchers out in Wyoming who are concerned about these farms getting bought up, but no one's really using them. And come to find out, they believe it's because Chinese espionage is going on inside the houses. They have listening devices that are listening to the communications next to the base. Right. I mean, because this is one of those things where it's information is the key. That's the most valuable thing is the information.
Yeah.
So.
You know what I hate too is like when these bad actors, like they use our freedom against us, because there's no law banning you. Hey, if you got the money, you could buy this piece of property.
Right.
Now maybe we could argue like only U.S. citizens should be allowed to buy land. Certainly land by like military bases. Like
right.
Maybe an extra layer of vetting should go on, but to my knowledge, that isn't the case. You can just buy this land and yeah, I'm sure the people buying it, they're we're just ranchers, dude. We're cool. And then they're
remember what Lennon said. As fucked up as that guy was, and I'm not a fan of him. He did say something that always stuck with me. A capitalist will sell you the rope that you're going to hang them from.
Yeah.
So I hope America gets this shit under control because people are concerned, and I am too.
Yeah.
Especially when remember the cell phone thing where the cell phone company out west was like, hey man, we got a really good deal on all this 5G equipment, and they gave us a great deal, and we're so excited about it, and then they tore into it. And it was all Chinese spyware shit.
I like that, dude.
Yeah. It was all Chinese spyware shit.
Yeah.
And they thought they were getting a good deal on it. Well, there's a reason why it's a good deal.
Right.
So
I heard they did that, like a lot of like the cell tower like infrastructure was bought like below market value from fucking China, and it's probably all chock full of spy shit.
That's why we can't have Huawei phones and shit, because there's a lot of spyware in there. And there have been several incidences where people have bought chips from China and they got them and they did a little research, and there's some kind of a listening device or some kind of a information device that is sending signal out. So I hope Americans understand, like this is a real problem and it's going to continue to be that way.
Why are we still dealing with these fucks then?
Well, the president has decided that Huawei can no longer be sold in the country, which is a great idea.
I'm saying just in general, why don't we tell China to go kick rocks, dude? Like we're nuts deep into needing them. I know they're cheap. Okay, I get it. They're fucking cheap.
Right.
But they're not. Dude, they're frenemies at best. At best.
Right.
We're allies technically, like trade wise.
Right.
But they're motherfuckers. They steal our intellectual property
all the time.
All the fucking time. And they spy on us.
Right. But Kevin, I mean, someone's got to put my iPhone together. Well, actually, my iPhone was made in India, so I'm okay with that. And you know what? The TV I bought was made in Mexico. That's another thing too. Is if we really want to better ourselves, or North America wants to better each other and shit, and keep us the continuity of our I don't know what you want to call it, North Americanness together, we should continue to invest in Canada and Mexico, because I would rather have the shit built in Mexico, because I trust those people far more than I trust the people in China.
I will say this, though, the problem with the what the fuck is our agreement
NAFTA.
called? Well, it was after NAFTA. It was the MCA.
Oh, yeah.
The problem with that, though, is like China fucks us on that. China would like set up shop in Mexico and send the shit
for where
send like the raw ingredients like to Mexico. Then they would assemble it in Mexico and send it up to America to avoid the tariff. But it's like that's not a Mexican product, though.
Right.
You guys just built it down there, you fucks.
Or they warehouse it and shit, and then they ship it out of there.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
So, but anyway,
dude, they're motherfuckers, man. I hate China, dude.
Yeah, no, I get it. But I wouldn't mind going to Shanghai Disney, though. Yeah, if you want to go with me, you're more than invited.
Pass.
You sure?
100%.
Okay, all right. Well, what if it's free? I mean, like you've never been on a plane before. What if we, what if you do?
Pass.
Okay, all right, okay. They do have a McDonald's in China.
Yeah, they serve cat and dog, probably.
Oh, they don't. Knock it off.
That's what I heard, dude.
That's what I heard. Yeah, okay.
It's on the internet, Mike.
Yeah, it must be
It's
true.
on the fucking internet, bro.
Yeah, let's finish this.
people live.
Separately, North Carolina ports said its systems were hacked, and that breach was quickly contained. But ports in Wilmington, Charlotte, and Morehead City, North Carolina, were temporarily closed. There's no sense, Robin, that this was also the work of Iran, but it sure does show how fragile America's critical infrastructure can be.
Yeah, we need to take care of that. That shit's important. That shit
seriously.
is important. Okay, so between the two guys in this room, one of us has talked about homeowners insurance. And Kevin, what is your feeling on insurance in general? Because you have a very unique take on this.
Oh, I have zero loyalty. Fuck these companies, dude. They will. First of all, the whole business model of insurance. Let me let you guys in on a secret. You sign up for a policy. The second you try to make a claim, they have a group of people they're going through your application. Okay, he must have lied somewhere. He must have fucking some way we don't have to fucking pay this claim. That's their whole business model, is to try not to pay a fucking claim. And eventually, a lot of times they do have to pay, and they fucking hate it. But so my thing is, and also what they do is every year. So you sign up for insurance every year, it goes up, whether you made a claim or not. And I get the argument. Well, we're paying for California's wildfire. Okay, fine. I get it. But what the fuck did I do? Why does it got to go up so much? Because when I bought a house like 9 years ago, I first discovered this. I got homeowners insurance. And for the whole year, it'd be like $1,100. I was like, sweet. You have a deal. And then since they knew I had a mortgage and it was baked into the escrow, these fucking cocksuckers, man. Yeah, they got to let you know what it's going to be, but they sent me an email like, fucking blah, blah, blah. I look, so it was like $1,100, and then out of nowhere, it went up to like $1,600. I was like, what the fuck, dude? So he gone. I moved on to the next guy, and guess what? He gave it to me for like $1,100. It's crazy. And then the next year, guess what? He was $1,900. He gone. Fuck you. I'll just keep like whack-a-mole. I'll just keep going. Now, I was doing that on my own forever, and it sucks. Every year you got to fucking keep reshopping, and it sucks. So about like 4 years ago, I got with, this isn't like an ad or anything, but I went with Select Quote. I didn't know they did like homeowners and car insurance. They used to always do like the life insurance, like broker stuff, but they got into the home and auto game. So I went with them, and you sign up with them, and then every year now, You have to prompt them to search. I learned that the hard way. I thought they did it automatically every year. They don't. You have to ask them. But now I know every year, about a month before or 2 months before my stuff expires, I call them up. Hey, shop my shit. Now you'll get some fucking Joe Blow companies. I've had like Mercury Auto, and I got this one now. It's like not the General, but it's like General something. But hey, I learned too, a lot of these smaller companies are under the umbrella of bigger companies.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a Mint Mobile or Visible. They're backed by T-Mobile or Verizon.
Okay.
Same idea, but you're not paying like the big boy prices. So yeah, moral of the story, I think you're in the same boat. But when people tell me I've been with State Farm for fucking 30 years, I'm like, dude, they fucking love you. They love people like you because the first chance they get, they're gonna fucking bend you over and fuck you right in your ass, dude. So I fuck them before they can fuck me, dude. As my buddy told me, great line: do unto others before they do unto you.
Yeah, that's a great line.
That's
That's
a great fucking line.
That's pretty great,
line,
dude.
dude.
That is good. Yeah. So I'm not gonna say if I do or do have this insurance company on the next segment here, but I do know that State Farm has gotten Donald to put them on notice, which I'm glad. Because they do have a way of sneaking out of claims. Now, the story I'm going to play happens to be State Farm, okay? And Jake's going to have to do a lot of fucking swindling to get me to change my mind on fucking State Farm. I don't know. You know, I've been with them so long. I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe I should shop around. I don't know. I'm not saying I do or don't have them.
You're getting fucked. I can
well, I've got my life insurance and shit through there. You know what I mean? So that's the problem. You know, do you get you got life insurance through your group of people or whatever?
No,
or is it, no, fuck. Yeah. So I don't know. I really have to kind of think about it, but this next story will make you sick, dude. It just makes you fucking just really sick. And I really hope someone helps these people out. Okay, they seem like good people, but anyway, I'm going to play the story, and we're going to talk about it here as we're going through it, like always. So hold on one second. All right, here we go.
I'm devastated. I'm devastated because my home is gone. My belongings are gone.
Now, these people are retired, Kevin. You can see them too, okay? They're fucking older people. They're out of Florida, okay? I think they just fucking retired, okay?
My trust is gone in somebody that I thought was going to be there for me.
Deborah and Marcus Stokes had this house built on their land in Plant City more than 40 years ago.
It's a nice little, like what do you call it, 3 flat or 3 level or whatever the fuck it's called or something like that.
It's nice.
They got the wildwood trees and shit out there.
Their family here, retired here, and considered this not only their home, but their investment. Last month, they discovered water damage that changed their lives in an instant.
You know, and that's the other thing too, is these guys are right into retirement. They were on a trip, I believe, in this story. I listened to almost all the stories that we play, and they were on a trip. And then they got a phone call from their son that just changed their lives forever because they were on like a month trip somewhere. So
the Stokes spent time in Georgia this summer and tell me their son checked on their home and called July 18th with heartbreaking news.
The first thing he noticed, there was water pouring out of the house. He just kept saying, "It's all gone. It's all gone."
Jesus. Wow.
Fuck.
Wow. It's just destroyed.
These photos show the damage. Every room, nearly every item in their home touched by water. And then mold set in. The Stokes later learned an upstairs toilet malfunctioned.
Dude, as soon as I fucking heard this story, I went upstairs to check the toilet. Immediately.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what the fuck you're looking for in that. What do you think could have possibly, do you think that the tank started leaking on it or something? I don't understand.
That's a lot of water, though. I don't know. That's a good question.
And then
even if the float is fucked up, the water's gonna keep going down the drain. It's not gonna overflow the thing. So I don't know what the fuck could have happened.
And then I was talking to Ed about this. I'm like, well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn the fucking water off when I go on my trip. And he was like, okay, why don't you turn the fucking gas off too? You know, that's what insurance is for. Okay.
Right.
Why don't you turn the electricity off too, in case there's an electrical fire and shit while you're gone? And I'm like, yeah, you know, you're right. He's like, you know, you pay for that shit for a reason. Okay, there's a reason why.
I have no idea how long the water flowed or how long it sat here, but they say they thought they were covered by their State Farm insurance policy that they renewed in April.
Dun dun dun.
$4,341, but the insurance adjuster.
So they paid $4,000 for a year. Now
it's expensive.
So you and I bitch about, you know, the $150 a month or whatever the fuck we pay They're well into the $380 a month because, well, they live in Florida, fucking hurricanes and all that. It costs more. I get it. But listen to this.
Had bad news. An endorsement was added to their policy in April that caps the payout for this type of water damage at $10,000.
We're like, but
what a fucking rip. What a rip, dude.
Yeah.
And they've had them for 30 years.
everything's gone. We paid premiums for 40 years on this house. I just paid almost a $5,000 premium a year to you guys, and you're telling me $10,000. I'm sorry to tell you that, but that's what it is.
Kevin, what would you do in this situation? Would this be full-blown Kevin goes into Rambo mode?
Well, I mean, what you do what this lady's doing, you put them on blast. You shame them into hopefully doing the right fucking thing, man, because that's bullshit.
Ridiculous. Hopefully
they take a hit, hopefully some people start leaving them. Like, hey, fuck you guys, because that's bullshit. The lady was a customer for 40 years, paying premiums every year. And I would imagine, she didn't say, but probably not too many claims. Probably like most people.
Right.
Most people don't fucking ever put a claim, maybe a roof during the lifetime of your fucking house that you're quiet. You don't do, and then the time you need them in your darkest hour, they say, "Fuck you." We put a thing in there to cap that $10,000.
Right. Like a good neighbor. State Farm's not there.
Yeah, exactly. So. It's like, so what? So good luck.
Right.
I mean, fuck them.
And who the fuck an endorsement? I guess did I sign the endorsement?
That's why. Okay, I had a question too. So yeah, are they allowed to just put in a door after the fact? You've signed your shit that you renewed.
I don't know.
And then a month later,
I've never even heard of that. And what a bullshit name that is too. An endorsement.
Yeah.
Endorsement is like something like I paid extra for something. An endorsement. That's fucking bullshit.
The Stokes tell me they had no idea. State Farm, they say, has now provided a copy of this letter and email of the notification, but they say they must have missed it. The Stokes,
like always, you get fucking junk mail in the fucking, it's a shame, dude. It's a fucking shame. If she had chat, okay, she could have had chat read the letter. Hey, what does this mean? And then it would have pointed it out to her. Yeah, hey, you know what? Something like that happens, you're screwed.
Tell me that at their age, they never thought they would only have a pod of a few items they could salvage.
That's it. That's all they got is what's in that fucking pod.
And it's I don't mean to pile on fucking State Farm. I think that's insurance companies in general, dude. That is egregious, though, considering they've been customers for multiple decades. And you're just basically like, fuck you.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It's disgusting.
Shame on State
Farm. Fucking disgusting.
Dude.
It's disgusting. Hopefully, Ron DeSantis down there does, or their attorney general does something about that down there or something. Because, again, I don't understand that. So the leaky toilet took the whole house down.
I still have questions. Because like I said, a lot of times with the toilet, the fucking flapper stays up or whatever.
Right.
But that water just goes right down the drain. It doesn't fill up.
The only thing I think of is maybe something like in the like where the water supply line goes into. Maybe it fucking I don't know. Maybe the water supply line started leaking and shit. But that's a lot of leaking. That's a lot.
Well,
how
long were they gone?
A month.
Well, that's a long time.
But yeah, it's sad shit, dude. And again, they were with them for 40 years, man. Golly, man.
That sucks.
It is a nice house too in Florida. Yeah.
Was.
Yeah. They're gonna have to tear the whole fucking house down now. So it's a fucking what do you call that? A biohazard now because all the mold and shit in it. So I feel bad about that. I need to check my shit, see what my shit says too. You know what? I need to check that.
PSA, check your shit.
Right. And don't forget, folks, at the end of the show, we're going to have a poll. How do Kevin and I sound? So we'll see what you have to say. Okay. Now, Kevin, what is the toilet paper policy in your house? When do you change the roll? Do you run it right down to zero and then change it? Or do you do? Okay. And who changes it?
Well, just whoever's on the toilet when it needs to be changed. But we have extras, in there. We got a little toilet roll holder.
Okay.
So it's not like you're not like running down the hall with like shit on your ass trying to grab
right.
trying to grab a new roll.
Well, my kid does not know how to change out the roll. I've showed him several times and he'll just run it right down to zero and then I'll be sitting on it and then I'm like, great. Great, there's nothing here. So now I've got to try to find the roll underneath the sink and all that. But I got it. So, okay, I bring this up. I wanted to end it on a good note. Charmin has got a brand new toilet paper roll coming out. Okay, I think it's something that you and I need to really think about. Okay, it's called a forever roll. Okay, a forever roll. Okay, so let's see here.
Well, Charmin's Forever Toilet Paper Roll is back. The giant white roll that resembles more of a spare tire than a toilet roll.
It really does. Now, I wonder if it comes with the thing to hold it. You know what I mean? It's got to be 5 pounds of toilet paper. It's got to be. Look how big it is.
But at a certain point, it is going to run out. I mean, it's not forever.
Well, I mean, it's practically. I mean, how long do you think that would last in your house? A week? 2 weeks?
I mean, what is it, like 10 rolls of toilet paper?
I don't know. I saw it. Well, the stand has got to be $25 by itself. I wonder how much this roll of toilet paper is. I'm just kind of curious.
It's supposed to last a whole month. The Forever Roll is equal to 32 standard regular rolls and starts.
Perfect. 32 rolls in one roll. Perfect.
But hold on, it's not going to help you out though, because at some point it's going to run out. And if your son can't change the little tiny roll of toilet paper, there ain't no fucking shot he's changing that thing, dude.
Well, yeah, but this is, you just slide it on. It's not like the little thing where it's spring loaded and shit, and it, you know what I mean? So this, you just set on there.
Is that what he struggles with?
Yeah, he always struggles with trying to get it on there. I don't know if your kids do that, but you know. So.
I don't think they mess with it, honestly.
They wait for you to do it?
Probably. You know what? That's a good question.
That's bullshit, dude. You work hard all day long, you got to come in and change a toilet paper roll?
Yeah.
That's horse shit.
Total horse
shit. Just $20 on Amazon. But the real savings is in the convenience of not having to replace a roll and the peace of mind, Rachel, knowing you'll always have toilet paper ready to go.
$20, dude. $20, a big ass roll of toilet paper.
Yeah, but where do you keep the extra roll at? See, like I said,
there was it had a double roll on it. Did you see that? It was a thing, and it had one on each side. So maybe, but again, how much did the stand cost? Stand's got to be fucking expensive. I have to imagine.
I just love. We make products for like non-existent issues.
Yeah, dude. We really do. No, we really do.
Dude, we haven't figured out. Toilet paper goes on the roll. And then, like I said, Mike, they got like these toilet paper caddies where you can stack like 4 rolls.
Yeah, I like those.
Other.
And some of them have like a cell phone holder at the top.
Yeah,
I like those.
Exactly.
I like those.
Exactly.
That way, when you're wiping your ass, you can put your phone right there. Okay,
exactly.
And away you go. So
we don't need a gymongous fucking idiocracy sized fucking roll of toilet paper.
I don't think anything says America more than that. Dude.
That is
really you got to give it to us. You got to hand it to us, dude. And like I said, I love this country, but that right there is America in a little snapshot there.
That's pretty good, dude.
So that'll be the end of that. Kevin, you got anything you want to say?
Oh, we wrapping.
Yeah, we're wrapping. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's thanks for listening, guys. Sorry we weren't there last week. Technical difficulties, car issues, really. But thanks for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed. Keep liking and all that stuff.
All right. That sounds good. And then we'll see you guys next week and talk to you later.
Adios.
Bye-bye.